specifically talk about how did you focus on building your business? Because you're not from Columbus, right?
Great
And
question.
2002 pre-internet leads for the most
Yep.
part. I know there was internet was becoming a thing, but pre-team concept at that time. Kind of walk me through that journey.
That is a really great question. So when I first started, we literally had no money, because the one thing I didn't tell you is that the manufacturing plant, we were losing all of our business to China. They could make drinking straws way cheaper than we could. Their material, their drop ship to the United States was cheaper than our material cost before we put it through an extrusion line. So it was we were dying. We were hanging on for dear life. So when I said to Mark, look, I'm going to get into the real estate business, and, but we didn't have the money. But you know what? I was a scrapper. I was always a scrapper, and I grew up with nothing, right? So I can make a lot go a long way. So what I did is I figured out pretty quickly that I didn't need color. I could use yellow paper with black ink. And then from the yellow paper and the black ink started the sunflower logo. And my kids, we had a wagon, and we would go around the neighborhood, and my neighborhood was amazing. They knew how hard I was working. They could see it because I'm out there delivering stuff with kids, and and then I started doing flags, and me and the kids would go down the street with flags on Memorial Day weekend. So, the community really saw how hard I was working, and, they have really been, my lifelong friends.
Yeah.
So even though not being from here, I think people realizing that I was doing the best I could, and that if they needed me, I was there. Just tell me, what do you need? How can I help you? So that really, again, black ink, yellow paper. So when the short sales and things started happening, I was already so lean anyway. The hardest thing for me was that I would go to somebody's house and I could sell their house, but I wasn't getting paid. It was always like on the border of, okay, I can get through this without you having to do a short sale, but I'm not getting paid. I'd get $500.
Right.
So, trying to raise a family during that time, it was hard. I mean, we made it. And, there were times, and I just prayed and I said, God, all I need is my cell phone to work and gas in the car.
Yeah.
And I'll make it work.
Yeah.
So I think the grit, I think that people, I really didn't have any doubters. I really didn't. Except of course, the one lady. But I've always known that back to the farm, any opportunity, if I wanted to try it, I could try it. And I do a lot of things. I mean, I try things in real estate. Some work, some don't.